What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. I enjoyed this episode. This whole Elizabeth situation is getting weirder by the moment. Like this whole Elizabeth stalking scenario. I don't know what's going on, spiritual, whatever this is. It's getting crazy. It's getting super crazy. So Jordan, of course, pops up at the hospital to talk to Chase. He got a concussion. Um, they want to know what happened and stuff. And he was telling them about the camera, how his phone was smashed, so he can't look at the footage. So they decide to go over to Liz's house because Finn is worried because he feels like whoever's doing this to her is turning violent now that Chase got hurt. So they go over to the house. Um, Elizabeth was claiming that when Chase was down there or whatever, she was upstairs asleep. We sure about that? We sure Liz was asleep? I'm just saying. Because she was missing in action. But she claimed she was sleeping. I do remember Chase running up the stairs to check on her. So Elizabeth downloads the file. She downloads the app or whatever, and they looking at it and whatnot, and they see Chase at the standing at the shelf or whatever trying to get the camera, and next thing you know, it goes blank. Like the camera just shuts off, and the file was corrupted. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And apparently there was some metal giraffe on the floor that they think is the reason Chase got knocked out because they're thinking that it fell off the shelf and hit him. No, somebody hit him. That damn thing ain't just fall off no shelf and hit him on the head and knock him out cold. Somebody hit him. Somebody deliberately hit him. My question is who? Because Chase was telling Elizabeth about this Ouija board stuff with Aiden, and you could tell by her face she was a little creeped out. I don't know what's going on with this, but they need to figure it out. Like, y'all need to call somebody because this is getting strange. She got all this equipment that they just put in her house, cameras, alarm systems, and whoever's doing this is still getting in and out. Like, you don't even feel safe in your own home. You know what I'm saying? That's the scary part. It's like, who the hell is doing this? They need to get it together. You know what I mean? Because this is getting scary now. Um, Her own kids can't even live in that house anymore right now until they figure this out. Like that's some scary stuff to go through. She need to talk to Kevin or somebody because Finn suggested to her before that she talk to Kevin to unlock memories of her dreams because she claims she can't remember her dreams. What if those dreams she's having are not really dreams? Like, what if she's trying to remember, um, what she was doing while she was unconscious or whatever when her alter took over. Something is telling me this is Liz doing this. I could be wrong, but something telling me she might be doing this to herself because Liz has faced a lot of trauma over the years, a lot of trauma, and we all know sometimes trauma can bring out alter egos. They're the number one cause for like DID and all that stuff when you're going through rape and all that traumatic stuff. And Elizabeth did go through a rape. So who knows? Like maybe she did develop an alter or whatever because she just couldn't deal with everything. Plus Franco's murder. Like all of that stuff plays on her. It plays on her mind. She could be doing this. I'm just saying. Um she might want to talk to Kevin. ASAP. The sooner the better because this is all just getting too weird. So anyway, moving on from that. So Harmony need to pack her shit and go. Harmony need to go. She would have been out my house that day. I'm sorry, but she would have. The way she was talking to Alexis, she would have packed up her little duffel bag and you would have got the hell on because you wouldn't have been up in my house with your crazy tail. Um, she just crazy. Harmony was up in there just talking all type of foolishness to Alexis. Like sitting there trying to tell Alexis, "Oh, you owe me." Excuse me. She don't owe you nothing but a kick in the ass. Listen, that girl need to go. She need to take her psychotic butt out of that house. Because Alexis was trying to tell her like Smoltz is gonna dig into Willow's past for Nina's expose. And of course Harmony was acting crazy, pacing and you know, bugging out about it because she feel like, well, if he does that, then her role is going to be exposed. The fact that she's not Willow's biological mother. And Alexis told her, she was like, why don't you get ahead of the story and tell Willow that you're not her biological mother? But see, the problem with that is Harmony know that if she tell Willow that, Willow gonna have a million questions, which means Harmony's gonna have to tell a million more lies, and she knows it. Her fake hate is cracking. The truth is coming out, and she knows it. She could try to hide it as much as she want, but she might as well let it go. Let go and let God. Just tell the truth, because it's coming out whether she like it or not. And she wants Alexis to kill the story. Alexis was pissed because at the end of the day, she can't kill the story. You know, she can, but even if she does, Smokes is going to take it to somebody else. So either way, it's going to come out. You know what I mean? At least with Alexis being in charge of it, it's not going to be, you know, salacious and all that type of mess. It ain't going to be tabloid father. At least she can control the narrative a bit. Yeah, but Alexis wasn't hearing it. She was like, no, I'm not killing no story, because at the end of the day, she's running a business. You know, she's the editor in chief, and she has, you know, a business to run. She can't kill every story because she knows everybody in town. She can't do that, you know. The best she can do is try to, you know, do it tastefully. That's the only thing she could promise. Harmony talking about, you owe me, you know, I was looking out for you when we were in Spring Ridge, and so she looked, in my opinion, Alexis repaid that debt. She repaid it. Number one, she allowed you to move into her house for a while so you could save up some money to get out. That's more than what anybody else is doing for your ass. So she don't owe you nothing at the end of the day. Alexis don't owe Harmony a damn thing. Get on with your life. Um, yeah, Alexis should have just threw her out right then and there. Like, you ain't about to sit here and tell me I owe you something. I owe you nothing but a beatdown. So Harmony decided, you know, to sit here and break a vase, gonna throw the vase and stuff. First of all, you would have been coming over some money off that vase. I'm just saying, you're gonna pay me for that vase. Um, and then she gonna try to burn the file that Neil had on her because she thinks that's gonna protect her, I guess, if she gets rid of evidence. I'm like, yeah, no, not really. It's still gonna come out whether you know, burn it or not. At some point, it's gonna come out. Somebody gonna find something. Luckily Carly got there when she did, because Carly was like, nope, mm-mm. She said, I want to know what you know about Nina, like, because you obviously know more than what you're saying. Um, because Carly even told Sam, she told Sam what Harmony said to her when she was drunk and stuff like that, and she was like weirded out by it, like, you know, Carly's still trying to piece everything together about what the hell is going on with Harmony. And you know, Willow of course popped up trying to figure out what they were talking about her mom. And Willow was like, she never known her mother to be drunk. Like, she never seen Harmony drunk before. And, you know, she been acting a little shifty lately. I'm like, well, y'all need to band together and go investigate this mess. Everything about Harmony been shifty since we all met her. A little crazy self. Speaking of Sam, so Dante was pretty much giving Carly the cold shoulder. And I'm glad Carly didn't take offense to it. Like, Carly didn't get really mad about it or nothing like that, because she actually understood why Dante was upset with her. Because in my opinion, rightfully so. You know, I understand, you know, Carly was desperate. She wanted some dirt on Esme or whatever, trying to help Trina. I get it. But she should have never put Sam in that position, though. You know? At the end of the day, Sam's a grown woman. Sam should have never looked at his phone knowing that, you know, it's confidential information. So Sam has to take some blame for it, which she has. But Carly should have never put Sam in that position. Like, it's a new relationship. Why would you put her in that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that difficult position. Like, you should have never did that. So, you know, Dante, his anger, not really his anger, but his attitude towards Carly is definitely warranted. Because she should have just minded her business and stayed out of it. But we all know Carly won't do that. Um, I'm glad Sam and Dante had that conversation, you know, and they cleared the air, you know, because he trusts her and stuff like that. But I also get where Sam is coming from. She's not used to being with somebody who's so by the book. You know what I'm saying? She's not used to that. She's used to, you know, crossing the line a little bit to get information. So she has to adjust a little bit being with Dante, you know, because that's just not the kind of cop that he is. You know, he's not about to bend the rules like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he will bend them, but not to an extreme. Because everybody pretty much bend the rules at some point, but not that heavy though. I like them together. The more and more I see Sam and Dante, the more and more I'm kind of, liking them as a couple. I like their chemistry. For me, I like the chemistry. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. So everybody was at the celebration for little Leo. He's officially a quartermaine. We finally got another quartermaine. Hallelujah. The adoption went through. He's now Leo Quartermaine, which is cool. I love that the family got together, got dressed up, everybody was there except Monica. But that's neither here nor there. But it was still a fun party. I felt bad for him because Olivia wanted him to read from the play or whatever, like do a little pre-performance, I guess, because he's in a play or whatever. She kind of wanted him to rehearse it for people, show the people like what he been learning in his play. And Leo just threw like a little tantrum and was like, no, he didn't want to do it. He dropping out of the play or whatever. I felt bad for him because maybe he does have stage fright, like BLQ said, but I don't know. Maybe it's a part of him being on the spectrum or something like that, or he's not ready to perform like that in front of everybody. So Ned is gonna go speak to him, give him one of them little fatherly talks. I can't believe Ned is a father again at his age. But it's good for Ned because he, get to help raise Leo and stuff in a way that he wasn't able to do with BLQ. He didn't really raise BLQ. So, now he gets to have a do-over, which is cool. Of course, Ned walked in on some mess between Michael and Drew because Michael and Drew were talking business and Ned was not happy about what he heard because Drew was talking about his business coach or whatever was telling him that maybe he should merge ELQ with Aurora Media. Ned wasn't happy about that. I mean, I understand they don't want Valentine as CEO of the company anymore, and the only way to get around that is to merge the companies. Because if they merge, then Valentine would lose his, grip on ELQ. I get it, but it's like I agree with Ned. If you merge the companies, that gives Drew a greater control of the merged company because Drew already owns 50% of Aurora. Plus, he owns a considerable amount of ELQ stock. So, therefore, that would give him the edge over everybody. You know what I'm saying? He would have a huge say in the new company if they merged. I don't think ELQ should merge. There's no reason for them to do it. There's no reason to merge ELQ with Aurora Media. Not at all. What they gonna call it? ELQ Aurora? You know what I mean? There's no need to merge that company. Absolutely not. If they don't want Valentine as CEO, mind you, I was all for Valentine being CEO of the company for the simple fact that he's a good CEO. I mean, he knows how to make profits. But as of lately, I don't know if it's such a good idea having him CEO because he is into some shadiness right about now with this whole Jennifer Smith mess. Plus, Victor's around. He's sniffing around. So I'm not keen on that. So I can understand why they want to remove him as CEO. But my whole thing is, like I said, you don't have to merge the companies in order to achieve that goal. At the end of the day, like Drew said, he's going to get his shares back. Plus, he's going to get Scout's proxy back. So therefore, he's taking both those shares away from him. And they talking about even with Danny, because Valentine still has Danny shares, which still gives him a majority. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because all Sam has to do is get the proxy back. That's all she has to do. Find a way, get the proxy back so that way he loses Danny's shares. But if he loses Scout and Drew's shares, he loses a considerable amount of stock in the company. So it should be no problem for, the quartermaines to vote him out after that. Shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, I don't think a merged company is a good idea. I don't think they should do that, honestly. I was happy when, Chase showed up with flowers for BLQ because Leo was looking for Chase. He was wondering why Chase wasn't at the party and stuff like that. And I was glad when Chase got there and stuff like that and he got her some flowers. I'm like, listen, y'all really need to go find a quiet room in that mansion because they got a million of them. Find a quiet room, have a conversation, and really be honest with each other about what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what BLQ and Chase need to do. Be honest with about what y'all want. Be honest about your feelings towards each other. Because all this back and forth miscommunication between them is irking my soul right about now. It's getting on my nerves. Like, y'all need to communicate now. Like, you know what I mean? Communicate and get together already. Damn, I want to see some hot love making scenes between y'all. Get it together. Chop chop. So anyway, moving on from that. Listen, Curtis is stepping into deep doo doo with this Miss Wu situation. So Jordan, of course, came by to talk to him about the Portia situation to see if they was all good and whatnot. But she noticed the little party that he had or whatever, that little poker issue, because the poker game didn't end until pretty much like 4 in the morning. And he was trying to assure Jordan that, you know, the game, everything was on the up and up or whatever. But I'm glad, you know, Jordan kind of warned him too about doing business, any type of business with Miss Wu. Like, you know, renting out the club to her and stuff like that. She was like, listen, don't do that. Everybody been trying to warn him about it, you know? And Curtis is just that desperate to find out what Marshall's up to that he's not heeding these warnings. Bruh, listen when people tell you something. But Miss Wu ended up bringing him the file and whatnot, the arrest record on his father. And she told him, like, listen, once you open this, you can't go back. So you might want to consider that. But him being in league with Miss Wu is not a good thing because you're going to have to deal with this chick until you can find a way to no longer deal with her. And that's not going to be an easy thing to do because Miss Wu is the type of woman, she ain't taking no for an answer. But I like her style. So he was looking at the arrest record and stuff like that. I want to know what he found. Like, what was Marshall arrested for? Like, what was the, you know, situation? Because Trina had found Marshall on the pier. He getting ready to leave, and she realized that he was pretty much not coming back. And I'm glad Trina pretty much read Marshall and let him know, like, dude, you need to take your own advice because you fought to come back to your family, and now you're talking about leaving them again. Because Marshall realized that he was being foolish, thinking that he could just come back into his family's life and they were just going to welcome him back with open arms. And he could chase away, you know, that his demons weren't still chasing him. But I think he should stay. You know, you done came this far, you might as well stay. Ain't no point in you running now. You know, you done pretty much popped in and you know, put all your family's life in chaos at this moment. And you gonna run from all that again? No, you might as well stay, bro. So I'm glad, you know, Curtis ended up finding him at the pier and stuff to talk to him because they got a lot to talk about. You can't just leave like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you're just gonna come in, uproot our life like this, and then just dip out again? And I'm never gonna see you again. Probably for, you know, only time I'm probably gonna hear about you is the day you die or something. Like, no, I'm glad Curtis stopped them because they got a lot to talk about. You ain't about to just leave like that. Hell no. You better sit here and answer these questions about what's going on with you, where you been, and who you been doing it with. That's what he better do. So anyway, this was a pretty cool episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought about it, and I will see you all later. Have a wonderful night, have a wonderful weekend. See you all later. Peace.